Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. We're excited to introduce you to the BioFire SPOTFIRE respiratory and sore throat solution, a point-of-care molecular system that brings the power of PCR testing directly into outpatient and near-patient environments. Our focus today is on how SPOTFIRE streamlines diagnostics, supports clinical decision-making in real time, and creates a more confident and efficient patient experience. Here's the roadmap for our time together. We'll begin with who BioFire Defense is and the global diagnostic ecosystem we operate in, and then we'll talk about the current realities of respiratory illness in inpatient care, what clinicians are facing during respiratory season and beyond. Next, we'll explore the syndromic approach and why it's becoming a new standard for clinical diagnostics. After that, we'll dive into SPOTFIRE, its panels, workflow, connectivity, and ease of use. We'll also cover operational benefits, economic considerations, and clinical evidence. Finally, we'll close with the latest IDSA guidelines for respiratory diagnostics. BioFire Defense has more than 35 years of experience in fast, accurate molecular diagnostics. Our systems have proven themselves in some of the most demanding conditions in the world, from COVID-19 and Ebola outbreaks to global biothreat detection. The SPOTFIRE solution combines all of that expertise with real-time workflow simplicity, giving clinicians the ability to make rapid, confident decisions. It also helps reduce unnecessary antibiotic use, streamline patient management, and delivers answers while the patient is still on site. We're proud to say BioFire Defense technology is trusted around the world, across 135 countries and even aboard the International Space Station. That global reach reflects something essential. Our systems are durable, accurate, and dependable in diverse clinical environments. Whether it's remote military clinics, urgent care centers, or large healthcare systems, BioFire is relied on for rapid answers that guide meaningful patient care. Since 2014, we've deployed nearly 2,000 FilmArray systems and shipped more than 1.8 million tests. That matters because when a site adopts a BioFire system, they're adopting the full strength of our manufacturing reliability and distribution capacity. Our customers can feel confident that testing availability is steady, stable, and securely built on decades of operational experience. Our story began in 1990 with a simple mission: eliminate disease through innovative molecular technology. Over the years, we've partnered extensively with the US government, including the Department of Defense, to develop rugged, field-ready diagnostic solutions. These early innovations evolved into the BioFire product line and later into the SPOTFIRE system, bringing that same expertise directly into our outpatient clinical care. BioFire Defense is part of the global diagnostic leader bioMérieux. This partnership brings an enormous advantage: access to world-class clinical research, infectious disease expertise, and deep operational knowledge from decades of laboratory diagnostics. Our solutions are grounded in the same scientific rigor used in hospital systems across the world, giving clinicians access to high-quality testing traditionally found only in central labs. Now let's talk about the current state of respiratory illness in the outpatient setting. Respiratory tract infections are among the most common acute illnesses globally. In the US alone, we see over 14 million outpatient visits annually for influenza. URTIs are consistently among the top 3 outpatient diagnoses. Adults experience multiple RTIs yearly. Children see even more. And globally, RTIs contribute to more than 8 million deaths per year. For clinics, this creates enormous diagnostic density, especially during respiratory season. Fast, accurate answers are essential. One of the most significant outpatient challenges is unnecessary or inappropriate antibiotic prescribing. Studies show that nearly half of antibiotic prescriptions for respiratory conditions may be unnecessary. So why does this happen? Well, patients expect a quick fix. Clinicians often lack rapid, definite diagnostic clarity, and turnaround times for send-outs can be too slow to guide same-visit decisions. Fast molecular testing fundamentally changes this dynamic, allowing clinicians to confidently explain why an antibiotic is or isn't appropriate. Let's talk about the syndromic approach. During the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the major lessons we learned was that co-infections are common. Testing for only SARS-CoV-2 can produce an incomplete clinical picture. Many patients who present with respiratory symptoms may have multiple viral or bacterial pathogens simultaneously. Comprehensive testing ensures clinicians don't miss the broader set of causes behind a patient's symptoms. Respiratory systems overlap heavily. A cough, sore throat, fever, congestion. These can all be caused by several different pathogens. If clinicians only test for 2 or 3 viruses, they risk missing co-infections or alternate causes. A syndromic panel takes the guesswork out by identifying multiple probable pathogens at once, providing clarity early in the clinical encounter. Syndromic testing aligns with how clinicians evaluate patients. A sign is objective. A clinician observes a fever. A symptom is subjective. A patient saying, "I'm congested." A syndrome is the combination of signs and symptoms. The syndromic approach groups clinically relevant pathogens into a single PCR test. Instead of choosing which pathogen to test for, clinicians can evaluate everything that is likely given the patient's symptoms in one workflow. This improves diagnostic confidence and reduces the need for repeat visits or follow-up testing. Our approach is built on years of experience, developing simple, intuitive workflows. BioFire pioneered the concept of pushing complex PCR automation into a cartridge-based system that anyone can use. BioFire syndromic panels offer the largest menu of pathogen identification in one single molecular test. Since 2011, we've launched 10 unique syndromic panels that address 5 different syndromes. We launched the first FDA 10K cleared COVID-19 diagnostic test. Over 400 peer-reviewed studies, including more than 160,000 patient samples, evaluating the analytical performance and clinical outcomes when using BioFire syndromic infectious disease solutions. Now, let's talk about the SPOTFIRE with its respiratory and sore throat solution. The SPOTFIRE respiratory sore throat solution can detect multiple viral and bacterial pathogens simultaneously using either NP or throat swabs. The platform is designed for a quick turnaround, only 15 minutes, with minimal hands-on time. This allows clinicians to communicate results during the appointment. As I mentioned, the RST panel supports 2 nasal types: nasopharyngeal swabs for respiratory syndromes, and throat swabs for pharyngitis presentations. The system supports a variety of storage conditions, giving clinics more flexibility in managing specimens. The SPOTFIRE respiratory sore throat panel workflow is basically a patient is assessed to see whether they have symptoms for an upper respiratory infection or sore throat, and therefore are then used for the respiratory menu or the sore throat menu. This panel includes up to 15 pathogens covering influenza, SARS-CoV-2, RSV, adenovirus, rhinovirus, enterovirus, parainfluenza, and key atypical bacteria such as Mycoplasma pneumoniae and Chlamydia pneumoniae. For clinics seeking a streamlined approach, the targeted mini panel focuses on 5 high-impact pathogens. It uses the same workflow and provides the same quick turnaround. Clinics can choose the version that best matches their patient population and clinical goals. The SPOTFIRE system is intentionally compact, designed to fit on small benchtops, urgent care counters, or testing stations. It's modular, meaning clinics can scale testing capabilities simply by adding additional modules. SPOTFIRE requires only 1 to 2 minutes of hands-on time per test and about 15 minutes runtime. It has robust connectivity features, including Wi-Fi, printing, drive matching, and advanced security. There's no complex maintenance, making it ideal for outpatient teams with varied staffing. The integrated barcode reader increases accuracy by validating operators, pouches, and samples automatically. This reduces user error and accelerates workflow. The touchscreen interface was designed for clarity, large button icons instead of text, and intuitive color coding. This lowers the learning curve and ensures consistent use even during busy clinic hours. The built-in QC tab simplifies tracking and ensures compliance. Clinics can quickly pull up QC histories, sort by lot, and implement lock-lockout to prevent use of unverified reagents. SPOTFIRE integrates smoothly into both POCT systems and LIS platforms. This enables automated result routing to EMRs, remote operator management, and traceability across locations. Connectivity helps clinics streamline documentation and reduce manual entry errors. Now let's talk about specimen collection, pouch loading, and test results. SPOTFIRE supports standard NP and throat swab collection workflows. Samples can be stored at room temperature, refrigerated, or frozen, giving clinics flexibility, especially those handling higher volumes or extended hours. The sample preparation reagent kit includes everything needed for proper sample prep. The fixed volume pipette removes guesswork, and the integrated clean surface helps maintain aseptic technique. This reduces variability and increases test reliability. The system generates a clear, easy-to-read report that highlights detected pathogens. This makes communication simple. Clinicians can show results directly to patients and discuss treatment paths with confidence. Now, on to potential benefits of the BioFire SPOTFIRE respiratory sore throat solution. With highly accurate results delivered quickly, clinicians can diagnose with far more confidence. The syndromic approach helps rule in or rule out multiple pathogens at once, supporting appropriate therapy decisions and reducing diagnostic uncertainty. SPOTFIRE improves clinical throughput by delivering results during the appointment, eliminating the delays of send-outs, and any trained healthcare worker can run the test, and the modular design provides scalable capacity to meet testing surges, such as during respiratory season. Faster diagnostics leads to fewer follow-up visits, fewer unnecessary prescriptions, and fewer repeat tests. Clinics reduce dependency on external labs, capture more in-house value, and improve resource efficiency, especially during peak respiratory seasons. Now, on to some clinical evidence of outpatient syndromic respiratory testing. A recent study in academic emergency medicine evaluated the SPOTFIRE respiratory sore throat solution on the BioFire SPOTFIRE system in adults with acute respiratory symptoms, revealing key clinical advantages. Antibiotic stewardship. Prescribing was lower among patients with viral detections compared to those with no targets detected, 6.5% versus 20.2%. Efficiency boost. Emergency department length of stay dropped by over 2 hours, 4.3 versus 6.5, by using the SPOTFIRE system. Finally, confidence. 76% of clinicians felt confident in their decisions when using the SPOTFIRE. So, for some guidelines on testing of respiratory infections, the IDSA guidelines strongly support molecular testing for symptomatic individuals, even when COVID-19 suspicion is low. Rapid RT-PCR is preferred over isothermal tests because it delivers greater accuracy, particularly in early infection. This aligns directly with what SPOTFIRE provides. These guidelines reinforce molecular testing as the gold standard for respiratory diagnostics. For both outpatient and hospitalized settings, rapid molecular assays improve detection, reduce misdiagnosis, and support better antimicrobial stewardship. Syndromic panels are especially recommended in immunocompromised patients. Finally, to summarize, the SPOTFIRE requires only 1 to 2 minutes of hands-on time per test and about 15 minutes run time. It is a very small footprint, has scalable throughput, is easy to use, connects seamlessly with data management systems, and has a simplified workflow and quick turnaround time, making it ideal for outpatient teams with varied staffing. And some news with this webinar. We just announced the official launch of the BioFire Biothreat Panel on SPOTFIRE. The Biothreat Panel tests environmental samples of a comprehensive list of 16 biothreat pathogens in about 1 hour, and with only about 2 minutes of hands-on time. Use the QR code to watch a presentation about the challenges of field-based detection and identification of biothreats. In the video, Ryan Gregerson, Associate Director of Product Management for BioFire Defense, explores why biological threats are so complex to detect, what makes real-time identification difficult, and how the field-based technology can help responders make informed decisions when time is critical. Thank you for joining us today. We hope this session gave you a deeper understanding of how SPOTFIRE can elevate your clinical accuracy, operational efficiency, and patient experience. If you would like a demo, have questions, or want help evaluating implementation for your practice, we're here to support you. Please visit biofiredefense.com to learn more. Thank you.